Hi YouTube, Earth Power here with Corby and CPH.
How's it going?
We're doing a deck tech
Hey, howdy.
of this thing.
Yeah, this monstrosity.
Yeah, you saw it once. You will probably see it some more, just because we don't care. Tell them what we got.
We have Bombazar. Oh, Bombazar. The Dragon of Destiny. The Dragon of... just...
Say it. Say what you want.
The Clunge of Destiny.
There you have it. The deck is pretty straightforward. As you can see, there are literally only 11 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
11 different cards. So you're pretty much guaranteed to see some combination of these at some point in the game.
Most people can only read 4 of them on the board right now.
There you go.
Shoutouts to Reddish.
There you go.
I mean, you don't really need to read to be able to play this deck anyway, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Just know what your numbers do.
So we're just going to go right down the curve.
Yeah.
Starting things off, Gonta, 4,000 power beat stick. Not really much to explain there.
Power creep.
Poisonous Mushroom, ramp, helps get you around, helps like unclog your hand from multi-sits.
You might want to say
that.
what some of these do in case I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like,
Or not, I don't know.
turns 2 through 4 are just awkward for this deck. Like, because usually once you're at 6 or 7, you win the game.
Exactly.
But you just you kind of have to get there. You gotta put the pieces in place, and that's what the whole first 7 cards here are here to do.
You have to be comfortable with like floating mana
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah,
Because the hands can get clunky. This deck plays 12 multi-sibs.
Yeah.
So it can be kind of awkward. And Mushroom is there to sort of help not only accelerate your game plan, but also to help even out those clunky hands if you have too many multis or you need to get water in play for something. So he helps with that. Hulcus, pretty straightforward. It's staple in just about everything that's playing blue. For those of you who can't tell what this is, it's Bronze Arm Tribe. It's a pretty sweet alternate art, but standard Bronze Arm Tribe ramping up. We're not going to go over this just yet, but we'll get back to that. Stream, really important for the control matchup. It helps battle Cranium Clamp and helps you dig for your combo pieces.
Yeah, these next 2 cards are just 2 ofs because they're just utility for the deck.
Exactly.
Stream is just
It's
sort
also
of
the only spell in the deck, so Terrahorn is really, really good.
Yeah, if you've managed to get clamped at some point in the game, like these 2 cards just sort of get your pieces back. And we'll go over the 2 main pieces, you know, as we know, the one over here, the Clunge, and then the other one that we'll go over a little later. So
yeah, I mean, those are those guys. Just basically help flesh out your hand, get your combo assembled. Wind Axe, more utility, get rid of blockers if you need to, and otherwise just ramp up.
yeah, the one card that actually gets in this deck's way, Tajamal.
Yeah, Taj can be kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and this is the just clean out answer to it. So.
Yeah. There are some people, I did see a couple of this floating around when we were playing this game on the channel more regularly that were playing like Comet Missile. Don't do that. Please.
This card's just, yeah, you want, like, the nice part about this deck is that all creatures kind of serve dual purposes and being bodies that help you win the game with this card. So,
Exactly.
like, Comet Missile is just sort of a waste. You know, it doesn't really do anything. Like, you're not really worried about losing the game.
If anything, you can play a Corel Missile. That missile's
Yeah.
okay.
Corel's pretty good.
Yeah, Krill is good. Krill actually came out though because we're actually running the 1 defensive blast. Aqua Surfer.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
defensive blast.
I mean that Soul Swap's technically defensive blast, but this is like the only card that means you don't lose to aggro. So
That's what it was pretty
as you saw.
Welp.
Both times. Alright.
Twin-Cannon Skyterror. This is just your follow-up to Bombazar, basically.
Yeah, you can't play Bombazar after Bombazar because there is a line of text on this card that actually says it kills itself if you play another one, so
Savage.
yeah.
You can't play things after attacking because the game is badly designed, so you have to play Twin Cannon. Just calling it like I see it, man.
There you go.
Yeah, got him. Dead
So-
game's still dead.
Know that, and of course, I mean, Bombazar, you guys know what it does. Fast attack, double break, and, or speed attack, excuse me, because this is Duel Masters.
Yeah.
And you take another turn after that card is summoned, which is just bananas.
Yeah.
There's no reason for a card to ever do that, ever. So. But now to get back to the most important card of the deck.
That you can't read.
That you can't read. This is Soul Swap.
It's a winner.
It's just unbelievably good, and especially in a deck like this that has a lot of utility with all the come into play effects. Defensively, you can bring out things like Surfer or Hulcus or Terrahorn.
Or even focus
like
it
a
on your
Gonta.
opponent's creatures.
Yeah, or swap out your opponent's creatures if there's something that's giving you a hard time, like Taj Mahal.
And even if you swap out the same thing, your opponent's card, and put it back into play, it'll lose its ability to attack unless it has speed attacker.
There you go. But
Yeah, it's
ideally
all
what you're
purpose,
doing
and-
is just kind of ramping up with these guys here, setting up your mana in such a way that you can soul swap in Bombazar as early as turn 5.
as early as turn 4 sometimes.
Yeah, there you go.
Dream.
And essentially just end the game. In Bombazar, you should have some field presence in a combination of these guys here to follow up with Bombazar. in order to break
Technically,
at
you
least
only
3
need
shields.
one other creature on the board to win the game with Bombazar on a clear board, because Bombazar hits for 2, and the other creature hits for the 1, and you just double break and swing for game the next turn.
And of course, you got your insurance policy as well,
Yeah.
just to follow it up.
Yeah, if you've managed to get to 6 with the hand, and you've got Twin-Cannon in hand. Yeah, there's only a couple of like little faults to this deck, like Gorby was getting at in the beginning, is that the only dedicated fire card is Twin-Cannon, so you kind of have to put a multi-sip down first if you're gonna play Gonta on 2. So your your first 3 turns can kind of be iffy sometimes. Like, you normally have a play on 3, but it is very easy to get mana screwed with this, and especially if you're relying on Bronze Arm Tribe Bronze Arm Tribe to kind of set up playing 2 creatures on turn 5 or 4 if you're trying to play a 2-drop, like Bronze Arm Tribe on 4 into a Gonta. There's 12 multi-sips in this deck, so, hitting one down, and then you don't have the mana to play your 2-drop in addition. So that's one of the main faults. I don't know if you were going to get at anything else with that.
No, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward deck.
Yeah.
It has one game plan. It executes that game plan really, really, really well.
Yeah.
As you saw in our match, and I'm sure as you'll see in a couple matches that are going to be coming up.
At the end of Duel Masters, when the game was active, this deck was considered God tier.
Tier 0.
Yeah, tier 0 is just
It has no
unbeatable.
bad matchups.
It really doesn't. It loses to aggro on the coin flip sometimes. And even then, it's just a 50-50 at worst.
These cards.
But, I mean, every other matchup, mid-range, control, it just typically, I mean, it's almost 80% of the time that it wins the game, and that's just unreal. So, hey, yeah.
It's a
There you go.
Pretty
blowout when
50-50
it
against
wins,
other
too.
Bombazars. Pretty 50-50 against other Bombazars.
It's close, yeah.
It's roughly 50-50.
49-51 sometimes, yeah,
I mean, that's just math.
There you go. What should they do, Gorby, if they want more Duel Masters content?
I don't know, man. You guys are shit out of luck.
Game's dead!
Like, comment, subscribe. On social medias in the description below.
Yeah, we'll be
we're
bringing you guys a ton more content now over the next couple of weeks.
Look out for Kaijudo coming out spring 2013.
We're gonna dive back into this, try to optimize some decks just from the past, and bring you guys a little bit of content. Not a lot. It's to no volume like we were doing before, but you guys will get a couple of videos every week or
Just
so.
whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, every 2 weeks, but expect to see it a little bit more regularly now that we're getting back into it and sort of feeling it out
I'm
again.
eyeing CVH's deck over here if you guys are wondering where my eyes are traveling.
Yeah, there's a new deck tech on the horizon, boys and girls, so stay tuned.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Peach.